Hey, so it's Buggy, and I'm going to be doing a little video here for one of my friends who has never had the opportunity to play with a Furby themselves before. I know there are plenty of other videos that would show the same thing, but there's not one of Professor Goth, is there? So here we go. These I won't be using too much, but they come with Furbies typically when they're still with their box and stuff. And the dictionary obviously helps you understand things that they're saying so you can take care of them. And this is the instruction manual like you would get with any toy. So I've already explained to my friend about the stages of growth with Furbies and things like that. So this won't be too in-depth. It's mostly just showing what Furby can do. So right now, Professor Goth is asleep. So we are going to wake him up by tilting him. Furbies have a tilt sensor inside that lets them know when they're being moved around. So as you can see, he's still pretty sleepy. So there are several things that Furby can do using the different sensors that they have. And so I'm just gonna say what they are and show you. So one is they can detect loud instances of sound, particularly clapping, and they will react to it. So you can do things like this. Well, that didn't do a good job, did it? Let's try a little louder. So he is not very impressed. This is a professor, after all. He's seen some things. Other things you can do is, so using the tilt sensor, like we did to wake him up, we can also play with him. Depending on the Furby's mood and personality, they may or may not like this at any given time. So we'll see how he feels today. Oh, he likes it. Yeah, he's having a good time. Other ways you can play with your Furby is to tickle them by pressing their tummy. The responses are not always the exact same, so you get lots of fun from playing with Furby. You can also pet Furby on their back. You won't see it, but typically you want to press somewhere right around here, and that will let you know where to pet them. It's okay. So we're going to pet him. And he quite likes that. And, oh, you can also feed Furby. It's important to give them a balanced diet of finger. It's their favorite. It's actually still hungry. You can also, contrary to popular belief, feed them thumb in addition to finger. Just can't be stopped. Excellent. Oh, also, so up here, it's hard to see on Professor Goth because he has black fur up here, but 1998 and 1999 Furbies have a light sensor located on their forehead, and you can play peekaboo and do other things with them by letting them see light. So I have to use this light because depending on just the condition of the Furby, they may or may not be able to pick up lower light. So even though the window light is coming right on him, he can't really see it that well, especially at the angle that he is, but he can see this. And you can hide the light from them too, so they should respond. Typically they're supposed to. So he thinks that's funny. He doesn't think it's funny anymore all of a sudden. So yeah, you know, your Furby will say things to talk to you and ask for things. And when they're still speaking majority Furbish, you'll probably need to use this and see what they want. So if you fed them, and, you know, if I fed him and he said Coco, well, I can look right there. And I know that he needs even more food, even more finger. So, you know, that's great. That's fun. Wow. Betrayed by my own son. So if Furbies aren't having the time of their lives, they will go to sleep. Just like Professor Goth here. So very quickly, you can, in addition to the typical play with Furby and also like petting Furby and talking to Furby and just enjoying Furby's company, there are 3 games that you can play. Now this is an adult 1998 Furby. There are also the baby Furbies, which came out in 1999. They also have 3 games, but one or two of them are like slightly different. It's not that drastically a difference, though. I could do another video for that later. So here they are. So you have Furby Says, which is, you know, it's exact the focus. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay, that's not happening. Sorry, folks. Yeah, it's definitely not happening. Oh, there we go. Okay. So Furby Says, it's like Simon Says. If you played that, you played this, and you let the Furby know you want to play that game by certain button combinations. Also, sorry that my nails are hit. I really apologize to the entire world for that. There's also Ask Furby, and Furby essentially will respond in a yes or no manner to things that you ask of them. So it's really similar to kind of like a Magic 8 Ball in that regard, and that can be really fun because sometimes they're really sassy. And then there's Hide and Seek, and that lets Furby know that you're going to be hiding him and that he needs to be quiet until you're ready to, until you find them while you're playing Hide and Seek. But after a while, I think it's like 10 minutes or so. I'm not sure. It says it somewhere in here. I'm not going to take the time to read and make this video way longer than it already is. But after a while, if you don't find them, they will start giggling or making burp or fart noises like the classy little guys that they are. So, just for the sake of how cute he is, I'm going to wake him back up. Aw, I love you too. So something people don't always know about their Furbies is that if Furby does something that you like as a response, now I'm doing it 3 times at this point, but it still stands. Oh my gosh, he is really in the mood to be pet. Aw, very happy. Good. If you pet them twice in a row on their back after they do something that you find particularly enjoyable or entertaining, I especially love when my Furbies tell me that they love me or they give me a kiss. You can pet them twice on the back, and that trains Furby or programs Furby into knowing that you enjoy that reaction and they should do it more. And over time, they will respond to that programming. So that's really fun. So, Professor Goth gives lots of kisses and is very, very vocal. He's also a great singer. He's thinking of trying out for America's Got Talent. I support him. I think he's going to do great. He's going to win. He's going to win big. So we'll do something very, very quickly just because it's cute. You know what? Let's do... Oh, yeah, and just for the record, because I'm not going to display this one, Furby Says, he asks... he's got 4 commands, and it's tickle, pet, light, and sound. And so he gives you commands starting off with, like, 1 or 2, but it goes, I think... When I've played with him in 1, the highest it went up to is 16 commands in a sequence. But, you know, obviously if you get it wrong, he wins, he giggles, it's very fun. But, you know, if Furby says tickle, you tickle the tummy. If Furby says pet, you pet the back. If Furby, you know, wants you to do the light, you know, you do the peekaboo motion, essentially. And sound, you know, obviously you will. Okay, he's an old man. He's seen a lot of things, he's heard a lot of things, and he might even be done hearing things. But let's try that one more time. I know. But yeah, that's how you would play the game, essentially. And win or lose, depending on how good your memory is, or if you're cheating. But no one would ever cheat to beat Furby in a game. No one would ever do that. That's just not right. But we'll do Ask Furby because it's really fun. So let's see if I can. Cute. Very cute. Let's see if I can get him to play with me, and then we will wrap this up. So to play Ask Furby, we have to uncover his eyes a couple times. Okay, so... So uncover, cover again. It's also important to let him finish his animations and dialogue before you continue, or he won't, it won't register the same way. It'll get interrupted, essentially. I think it worked. That means listen to me. I think. Oh-too-mah? Well, anyway, so he's playing with us. So let's ask him a question. So we have to rub. No, I'm sorry, I didn't do it fast enough. When you're playing this game with Furby. Oh, it's okay. You have to ask him a question, then pet his back, and that way he knows it's okay to answer. Alright, so let's actually do this properly this time. Sorry about that. Alright. Alright, Professor Goth. I want to know, do you like chili cheese fries? Oh, he likes them quite a bit. Do you like kale chips? We really just... Oh. Prof Goth is not a fan of the kale chips. Not his thing. I know that this can be a controversial issue, but he has said what he has said, and we're just going to have to take it or leave it. Thank you very much, Prof Goth. You have been a wonderful assistant today, and if you ever want to... Oh, you're already done. Fantastic. Well, if he had let me finish, but clearly he's a lot more experienced at speeches than I am. He's like, wrap it up, Buggy.
Unbelievable.
He's...
Access on the...
You know what, young man? I love you regardless. Oh, baby, you will have fun, I promise. There you go, there's the light. There you go. He loves it. He loves the light. So anyway, needless to say, if you want to end the game before Furby's done ending the game, you would just turn Furby upside down, like this. Oh, I'm sorry. He always wants the light. Even though he's a goth. Alright. Well, thank you very much for sitting through my video. I hope that you learned a little something about how to play with and enjoy spending time with your Furby. And even if you didn't learn anything, I hope you just really enjoyed hanging out with Professor Goth. see, he can't see anything. Because he is wonderful, and he was the first Furby that I got from my friend Grubby when we started collecting as adults. So yeah, he's a very special boy, and I love him very much. Thank you all, and take it easy.